joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Stu, Rich and Mike Wood here, fresh off a spell from the winter to bring you all the action from Royal Randwick this weekend. Mike, we've got plenty to get through this weekend. We've got the quaddy leagues to get through, the $100 hot seat later in the show, best bets, value bets. I'm pumped to be back, mate. Hope you are too. We need some winners for this spring and most importantly for the punters, mate.
Yeah, winners is what it's all about. Great to be back with you on a Thursday night, mate. It's been a big few weeks for me over the winter. Well, not the winter, actually. The summer, obviously, went to the UK. Lots of good time with the grandparents, with the kids. Lots of quality time there. But I got some time to myself as well. Glorious Goodwood again, my favourite racetrack all around the world. Absolutely loved that meeting. Had a cracking day out there. But I tell you what, it's been a long few weeks. Plenty of ales with my mates over there. I'm feeling a bit rusty tonight, Stu.
I don't need any excuses, Mike. Those ales, plenty of late Saturday afternoons on the punt, they've done well for us. But hang on, you're not telling me you're coming in rusty here, eh? You've had a look at the horses since you've been away?
You know me, mate. I'm an absolute desperate. The Racing New South Wales website took care of me over there. Yep. Lots of replays, lots of punts still as well. And I managed to find a Villiers.
You did.
With cracksman form. He can quicken that horse. And he paid for half the holiday.
Well, mate, spotting them from 10,000 miles away, that's really good to see. Let's turn our attention to this weekend, though, Mike. 3 Group 2s on the cards, and so much intrigue, too. We've got some Everest horses, well, maybe Everest horses really strutting their claim to make that final field. And then we're going to see how these new season 3-year-olds come on, Mike, because it's all about key factors this weekend, and not just this weekend, for the whole spring. So what are we looking at for this show for the next few weeks?
Yeah, they're obviously so important, aren't they? There's kind of 2 ways you can analyse the race. You can pick your one key factor that you like, your favourite barrier, your favourite jockey, your favourite trainer, or you can analyse the race top to bottom, which is the way that we do it on key factors. Let's have a look at those 4 key factors, the big key factors, and see which ones they are. Progression, including scope and stage of preparation. Will your horse improve on Saturday? Distance at stage of prep, not just distance, but is it suited at the stage of preparation? Track conditions, we all know and love that one. A good round week on Saturday. And position and run, the speed mapper's key factor. Really important to get the right spot.
All right, well, there is a look at the key factors. So let's get into the first leg of the quaddie, Mike. And it is the Tramway Stakes. It's Group 2 over the 1,400 metres. And as I said off the top, Everest credentials on the line here. Will Leramain and Piarata grab those last couple of places in the Everest? And how about this, the long-awaited return of our old mate Tommy Melbourne, $1.1 million in the bank, 5 wins, 10 seconds. We love this guy, Mike.
Yeah, everyone loves him. Everyone knows the story. Those top 2 in the market look strong. And Tom Melbourne's there for the trifecta players. Group 2, 1,400 metres, fair steady tempo, not too much tempo. Good conditions, rails out 10 metres. That is past the camper, so we're hoping for a fair track, but it can be tricky out there. Maybe inside, maybe outside, so keep an eye on that. OK, well, let's get into it, Mike. We're going to have a look at the odds for the first leg of the quaddie this weekend, and it is the Tramway Stakes, as we said, and Piarata, well, what a run that was fresh. A little bit of money too, $4 into the 330. Leramain, so strong, so tough. Another dominant first up winner there, $3.70. Lanciato, I don't think anyone missed that run first up, $7. Tom Melbourne, well, second place or outside of that, mate, I don't know, but $8 might be worth a little look. They're the ones inside $10, mate, but really looking like a 2-horse race here. They're the class. Yeah, dominant favourite. There's a big percentage of the market they've got there, isn't it? So they're obviously the 2 horses we have to look at in the 2 replays that we've got, starting with the Missile Stakes. First up for Piarata. He was in the market. Kementari was in the market just behind him. Obviously got beaten by Winx next start. A beautiful ride by James Mack, just peeling out at the right time. But he's a quality horse, isn't he, Stu?
Absolutely, Mike. And we're speaking of all quality here. I mean, this is Kementari chasing. There's a bit of a 2-horse match race this day, and the odds suggest it could be the same again, but with Leramain on Saturday.
Yeah, he's a fantastic horse, Piarata. The form references are pretty good. The Monstar on the inside and Lanciato, who's actually in the same race on Saturday over 1,400 metres, storming home out wide. They're decent horses at weight for age, but it's not a dominant form rating. OK, well, there's a look at one of the replays, Mike. Let's have a look at who Piarata's going to be up against, and it is Leramain. And, well, look, what a dominant performance that was first up. But we're going to take it back here to the All-Age. It's a Group 1. We're taking it back to the autumn because this was a pretty serious run. Yeah, we're looking at 2 seriously professional racehorses, and Leramain pretty much is the definition of a professional racehorse, isn't he? He can go forward, he can go back, he can quicken, he can fight, and he absolutely loves the 1,400 metres at Randwick. This is trapeze artist on his outside. He'd obviously beaten Piarata, beaten Kementari, and he put in an almighty fight, Stu.
What a tough horse. I mean, this is one of the toughest horses going around. I hope to God this horse gets an Everest slot.
Yeah, he's a great horse. Tom Melbourne back in the field, beaten easily, but it gets a bit of a weight swing.
All right, well, it's time to get it stuck into all the analysis, Mike. Now, what we're going to do here, we're having a look at all the form, and then we're going to hit all the key factors. So take it away and let us through.
Yeah, I've missed this part of the show, Stu. I love the analysis, you know me. Look at the form. Leramain is the form horse, the class horse on his last start time. He gets the gold bar for us.
Okay, so we're lighting them up here and we're going to start the race. Mike, the first key factor, progression.
Yeah, Le Romain might have met his mark though. He probably doesn't have too much more progression late in his career. Pirata definitely has upside. And Lanciato just keeps edging up in the ratings, doesn't he? He's a great horse that finds the line.
Okay, so it's Le Romain out by a length as we look at distance, importantly at the stage of preparation.
Yeah, Pirata 12 to 14, first to second up, shouldn't make too much difference. Le Romain, probably got to give him a bit more of a tick for that, but he had a strong tempo first up, which did help. Lanciato definitely loves the 14. Dixie Blossoms, 1400 metres fresh. She absolutely loves it.
Good to see some gold for your mate Dixie. Now, track conditions, Mike, we're racing on a good track Saturday.
Yeah, my heart's with Dixie. You know that. Track conditions, not too much difference in the ratings for these horses, so we can move on quickly.
All right, Le Romain still in front, position in run. Who's getting the run?
Yeah, looking for the horses with the gun run. Pirata drawn beautifully. Tom Melbourne, the inside, he can box seat. Coming through just behind him.
All right, we've hit the line here, Mike. Pirata gets the gold bar at the end, but equal there with Le Romain. They were favourites. Look, we've got to play for a race angle in this race. Let's bring the odds back up and have a look. Pirata had the early support, as we said, $4 into $3.30. But look, Le Romain, $3.70. They finished there together, Mike. I'm pretty sure we know which way they're going here.
Yeah, I was pumped for this race. I was excited for this race, but the tabs got it right, so I can't go too heavy for a bet. The market's definitely right, isn't it? $3.30, $3.70, the two favourites. Even the third favourite's the third raider. And then we've got Tom Melbourne just behind them. So it's almost exactly in market order. Sorry for the punters at home, but at least, like you say, Stu, Le Romain's slightly better odds. He's solid, he's consistent. He can roll forward from an outside barrier. He's got a great jockey on board in Bowman, even though he's lost James Mack to Pirata. He's an each way bet to nothing, $3.70, $1.60 or thereabouts. Bet on him for sure. All
right, Le Romain, I love the confidence there, Mike. I'm in that corner as well. As we have a look at the second leg of the quaddy, and is the Group 2 Chelmsford Stakes. We're up to the mile, overweight for age. And Mike, Waller, he's got about half the runners in this field. It's going to be interesting to see how far his ATC Oaks winner, Unforgotten, can go this preparation. And another girl in the stable, Single Gaze. I'm so happy she's back to the racetrack. Let's see her go around on Saturday.
She's so likeable, isn't she? Apart from the fact that she doesn't win, obviously. But Kathy O'Hara's back on board. Walter's the trainer. Let's have a look and see how she goes. A 1,600 metre race, the second leg of the quaddy. It's a Group 2 race. Let's have a look at the way the race sets up. Good three conditions. A bit more tempo in this race. We're not quite sure what it's going to be. CABEZA De Vaca looks like the leader. And geez, can he roll? It could be a really strong tempo if the jockey gives him a dig in the ribs early.
Well, let's have a look at the market now for the second Group 2 of the day, and Unforgotten. What a run that was, fresh. Little bit easy though, out to $4 here. Prized Icon, we know how solid this horse is, $6. There's Single Gaze, fresh for Waller, $7.50. CABEZA De Vaca, you just mentioned him, Mike, has attracted a fair bit of support too. 12s into the $8. Mr. Moonlight Magic, it's going to be interesting to see how this horse goes. And Sedanza, fresh as well. Mike, Unforgotten, how far can this horse go?
Yeah, she's got a bit of upside about it, doesn't she? A fast net rock, Waller, won the Oaks last prep, coming back, going to the Cups later on this prep.
Yep.
We're not going to have a look at her first up run behind Winx, which a lot of people spotted, and she did smash the line. Let's go back to her second up run, last preparation, 1,500 metres, Rosehill Garden, so a pretty similar setup. She did nothing first up this preparation. What you don't see is she was snagged way out the back this day. A really negative ride. But it didn't matter. She comes to the outside and holy snow, not good enough late, Stu.
No, look, we are talking about an Oaks winner here, Mike, and this Waller Magic. I mean, this horse just absolutely smashed the line this day. You've got to love it.
Look at the way they stretch out. That last 15 metres, they want the line. They munch the line just like Winx. He's a great trainer, isn't he?
He sure is. And, well, he's got this horse Single Gaze. I made you put this replay in, Mike. Group 1, we've got to have a look at her because this was such a sneaky run. Up the rails, inside. She was so tough this day and it was a big campaign.
Yeah, she almost looks disinterested for the first half of the race, but when the horses start to tire, which they always do over the last 200 metres, that's when this filly, or the mare now, comes to the fore. Inside here, getting held up with Kathy on board, of course. Wow. Finds a bit of a run. You probably don't think she's going to get into the finish, but she fights like she always does, Stu.
She absolutely does. And look, right up the inside there, right in the finish. What a finish that was, but great to have her back at the track.
Yeah, definitely. She could go really well first up. The trials have been okay.
We will see come Saturday. Mike, there's a look at a couple of replays. Let's get stuck into the form and all these key factors again for the Group 2.
Love the way this race sets up. Unforgotten, Prized Icon, Single Gaze on recent runs. Very similar form ratings with a big gap to the rest.
Wow, we've got a race on our hands here as far as form goes. Key factors, now we've got to try and split them progression.
Yeah, just got to say on the last page, Mr. Moonlight Manager, we've been a bit negative on him. His trial wasn't that good. Looking at progression, a couple with horses with upside, Unforgotten can definitely improve. It's somewhat better fresh That's why he gets the gold bar there too.
Okay, a lot of gold, but importantly, Unforgotten there, edging ahead. Distance at stage of preparation?
Yeah, it was a slowish tempo. First up over 1,400 metres. More tempo, second up 1,600 metres. Unforgotten should love it. Same for Prized Icon. And 1 foot in heaven, back in distance. He could be one of those imports that really is looking for a shorter distance. He can sprint.
Okay, we'll be looking out for that on Saturday. Track conditions, Mike?
Not much doing again. A lot of good tracks recently. We can move on.
As we hit around the bend, Mike, position in run, more gold for Unforgotten.
Yeah, the jockey will love the draw on Unforgotten. She can settle midfield, or better, she jumped well that day for 1,500 metres. She could get near the pace. Single gaze inside. CABEZA De Vaca leads on his ear, but like we said, he might roll along. Okay,
so Unforgotten really streeting clear as we hit the line here, Mike. It is a favourite, yes. A lot of people said flashing light run last start. Sounds like we might be in her camp, though. I wasn't seeing make too much ground at the end there.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go against her first up because I saw the flashing light run. So many people were talking about her. We'll have a look at the way the ratings and the odds stack up here and see. She's obviously on top, even though she's the favourite. She's quite strong for us.
Yep.
And I definitely wanted to go against her, but after doing an analysis, you've got to say Unforgotten is going to be the top raider, along with Prized Icon and Single Gaze in behind. But Unforgotten is definitely the one that we like.
All right, well, let's see how far this horse can go for Chris Waller. Let's look at the first 2 legs of the quaddie this weekend at Randwick. Stick around and we'll be back to wrap it all up after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. We're up at the 3rd leg of the quaddie at Royal Randwick this weekend, and it's the Group 2 Darley Furious Stakes over the 1,200 metres for the 3-year-old fillies. And Mike, an intriguing race. We've got Uhud out to break her status as the best maiden in Australia. And she obviously hasn't won, but one that has, Pure Elation. What a win that was over the autumn. And then how about the new pin-up girl, Miss Fabulous? Wow, everyone's talking about this horse. This is some race.
Serious breeding. Looks good in the mounting yard. Not missed in the market. We'll see that in a second. As for Uhud, I'm still getting over that photograph in the size. I still think she won. Benny Smith too good. Let's have a look at the way the 3rd leg of the quaddie sets up over 1,200 metres for the fillies. Group 2, 1,200. Not too much tempo, fed steady again, like the first leg of the quaddie. Good conditions, like we said before. We think the bias will be fair, but before you have a big bet, make sure you check it. We will be doing that. Let's have a look at the market now, Mike. And as this came up on Wednesday, I was really keen to have a look. Miss Fabulous has drifted a little bit out to that $3.50. Good money for Pure Elation off those strong performances in the autumn and the trials at $5. Uhud there, Mike, looking for that maiden win, as we said, $6. Fiesta, a good, strong, fresh win. Outback Barbie was the form around it. Pretty in Pink as well, Mike. A decent horse, $10 here. Now, Miss Fabulous, it is the boom horse, but $3.50 looks pretty skinny in early markets. Yeah, very skinny. Look at her in the replay. She won a 3-horse race, obviously first up, which is pretty good. But we'll have a look at some of the similar form lines in this race. There's a few fillies with form around each other, including Fiesta chasing down Merrill, Outback Barbie behind her, Uhud at the back. The thing you've got to say about this race is Fiesta had a perfect, peachy, everything went right on the inside. She got out at the right time. Outback Barbie in the green seems to get no luck, and she doesn't get luck this day again. She probably should have beaten her, Stu. That's that sort of horse, isn't it? It's just been unlucky for a few starts there, but as you said, Fiesta got the gun run. Look at that, straight to the front here, Mike. They're all doing the chasing. You can't take anything away from a win, but hang on, there are some stories here. Yeah, definitely excuses behind her. She probably think they'll turn the tables. Outback Barbie deserves to beat her, and there's Uhud out wide. Looks pretty plain, but not many horses made that much ground out that wide, apart from Winx. And Mike, we're looking at a horse here that's beaten a few of these, Pure Elation. So let's take you back to one of those wins. It was in the Group 2, Percy Sykes over in the autumn. The flashy grey, Mike, just down the outside here, getting some room, and wow, didn't she finish? She is a serious racehorse. She's a sexy grey. She moves well, she quickens well, she extends, she finds a line. Like you said, she's similar form lines in here. Outback Barbie, once again, unlucky not to beat Fiesta, held up to the 200-metre mark. But Pure Elation just put them away this day after a massive maiden win beforehand. I think she's idling here, Stu. I think she's got them covered. There's a clear length and a half margin. I think she's a pretty special horse if she can continue this preparation. All right, well, it's all going to be unravelled on Saturday, Mike. Let's get into the form here, because key factor is going to be hugely important here for this race. Yeah, let's have a look at this analysis. Miss Fabulous, you can't give it a gold bar for form on her last start. There's some serious class in here. Pure Elation, Uhud and Outback Barbie get the form ratings. Why not Fiesta? because she had her chance last start.
Okay, so not the favourite on form there. Let's see if she gets a bit more scope with the progression, Mike.
This is an absolutely massive field for progression. It's a big, big factor. Look through the form and see which filly you think has got the most progression. Pure Relation's a big one for us, but there's a couple others as well, including Pretty in Pink. She's unbeaten still.
That's it. You've got to have plenty of opinions at this time of year. Distance is stage of preparation, Mike.
We can move through this one quickly. 1,200 metres. Most of them had form over similar distance. Not too much happening there.
And what about a good track at Randwick?
Nothing against you. Let's move quickly.
All right, well, it's called Position in Run, and we need a horse that has a good one.
We want some gold bars here. Yep, there they are. Pure Relation, beautiful spot. She can jump well. She can get back if she wants as well, but a beautiful barrier for her. And Christabel, she maps well as well.
Okay, so it's taken a while for us to figure out a winner here, Mike. Pure Relation. It's just got there by a length, but there seems to be a fair bit of value in behind. Not too much love for the favourite there, Miss Fabulous. So, mate, I'm intrigued here. Which way are we going? You sound really confident about Pure Relation.
Well, it's a pretty closely matched field, isn't it? You saw that form, but Pure Relation, just that win at Ooze class. She's a top rater there, and all the key factors we've gone through, or not too much of the key factors, basically form and progression. They are the two things that matters. You can't knock Uhud out wide. Outback Barbie, she's due to win as well. And Miss Fabulous and Pretty in Pink, the horses with big upside. I would be surprised if Fiesta won on Saturday. Let's have a look at the best bets. Out of those top three, you've got to go Pure Relation. And we talked about her as being a sexy grey before. No surprise after that term. She's the best bet for us. Outback Barbie, she deserves some more luck from out wide. Hopefully she gets it on Saturday.
All right, so a few that look to deserve a winner's value, but then Pure Relation is the best.
Yeah, a few each way plays for sure.
All right, well, let's wrap it up now with the fourth leg of the quad. It's the Heineken 3 handicap. Over the 1,400 metres, it's a benchmark 94. And, Mike, most of these either fresh or just getting into their preparation. And Best of Days didn't have the best of days first up for Godolphin. But I reckon the way that horse finished off, he'd have the boys in blue looking pretty pink for Saturday.
Yeah, the money came. He's a pretty good horse. He stormed home late. Fantastic run. There's a couple other good horses in this race as well. A decent benchmark race to finish off the day of 1,400 metres, and a bit more tempo as well. Actually, not too much tempo. Fair to steady only, with a couple going forward. It really depends on what No Doubt does from out wide and Sir Plush does from out wide.
Okay.
If they roll forward, it could be fair. Good three conditions, fair bias we talked about. Maybe something can come on the outside rail late in the day. With a 10-metre rail, you can get out there.
Okay, let's have a look at the market now for the Get Out Stakes on the big day at Randwick on Saturday. And there is that horse, Best of Days, very solid in the market, $3.50. Sambro right there at $6. Sir Plush has had a good few runs this prep, 5th and 5th for $7.50 there. Murakeb, $8. Some strong form lines from the autumn. Insensata just outside there, Mike. But Best of Days, the Godolphin boys, they are on a roll.
Yeah, they are, and they showed their hand first up with this horse. $11 into $7, 1,400 metres fresh. He's second up on Saturday, and let's have a look and see what happened. If you backed in this day, you obviously were very unlucky. Back on the inside, nowhere to go. He's the Godolphin blue with the dark blue cap. You'll see him come up the inside. I think he ran into the back of, was it?
It was Best Guess.
It was Best Guess, the other replay that we're looking at. And what happened here, Stu? Not much.
Look, not much love at all, but look, you're running up a horse like this, he's looking for way out, finally gets out, and like I say, it's just, you've got to be happy with the way this horse finished.
Yeah, he's a big, powerful type. You can see he's a muscular type. He's obviously can quicken, because they quicken from the 4 to the 200 metres, which is when he was doing some fantastic work to come into the race, comes to the outside. Should have won the race, I reckon.
Yep.
But it was only a benchmark race, and there's some group form in this race.
All right, well, this is a benchmark 94, and you mentioned there's group form in the race. Let's have a look at a Group 1 from the autumn, because Murakeb was in it.
Yeah, he's come back to Randwick quickly, this horse, for Hayes, hasn't he? Because he's got some serious Randwick form. He won at Randwick before this race, and then he decided to take on the Group 1 all-age stakes, no less. We looked at this replay before Le Romain. Not disgraced, fights hard, digs in, beats Tom Melbourne, but I guess who hasn't, Stu?
Well, look, some serious horses here, Mike. I really like the way this horse fights and sticks on here too.
Yeah, he's a serious type. You need a type that really sticks to the line at the Royal Randwick racecourse, the Rise, the 450 metre straight. He's a proper Randwick type.
Well, let's see how that horse shapes up in all the form and the key factors, Mike. As we wrap it up here, take us through it. We're looking for a big winner to win the day.
Yeah, based on recent form, Best of Days, you've got to give a gold bar. Sambro, you have to. He's winning. Murakeb, not too bad first up over 1,200 metres, but he can improve as well. All
right, so a real race here as we kickstart the key factors. Mike, progression, who's got it?
Yeah, clearly upside for Best of Days. We don't know how good he is yet. We didn't see him in the clear. Murakeb can progress second up clearly and improve on his first up performance.
Okay, so Best of Days and Murakeb out in front here, Mike, at the distance?
Yeah, 1,200 metres Caulfield to 1,400 metres Randwick second up. A big tick to Murakeb, who can storm home.
Right, here comes Murakeb. Does he like a good track?
We talked about Randwick, Caulfield to Randwick. Another big tick for this horse. there's a reason he's come up the highway.
Okay, he's going further in front here, Mike. Position in run. Does he get the gun run?
Well, that's the worry. He's got an apprentice jockey. He's drawn wide. He'll get back. You might need to close your eyes and hope for luck. Show us stars the on pace that might get a few favours on Saturday.
Okay, so we're wrapping this one up, Mike. Murakeb's just sped ahead there. Best of days, you said. You've got all the progression. But look, we need a bet here. We've had a look at the market. Murakeb, street a few links clear there. What was he, about $8?
Yeah, massive odds for an each-way play and, yeah, top rate, I think.
All right, well, look, got to end the day, Mike. Here, how are we going to play it?
Yeah, pretty easy, isn't it? Looking at the way that sets up, best of days. I'm definitely having a cover bet on him because you don't know how good he is, but it was only benchmark grade like we said.
Okay.
Murakeb, 53.5 kilograms. If he simply produces a rating near that rating we just saw in the all-aged, he just wins on Saturday. Hopefully he can storm home out wide. Hopefully there's a little bit of tempo. If there is, he just wins on Saturday. He's massive odds at $8.
$8 to wrap things up. There's some value in the last. Now it's quaddie time, Mike. We've had a few Group 2s here. We've had a really good look at them, seen some good replays. You've got value in the last. How are we going to play those first few legs?
Yeah, I think I'm opening the shoulders of this one, Stu. I love this quaddie. 3 legs we absolutely love, and one that we're just being a bit cautious on. Le Romain Pierrada, the 2 class horses. You can move through that leg pretty quickly. I don't think Tom Melbourne would win, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to prove that. Race 7, Unforgotten's the favourite. 1 foot in heaven, maybe the roughie. Okay. He could quicken first up for Wallen. The trials were good. He could be a 1,600 metre horse. Race 8, we're going a bit wider. The class horses plus Pretty in Pink unbeaten and Miss Fabulous as well. And race 9, Murakeb, the best bet of the day. And you can't leave the unlucky horse out. All
right, well, we are steaming home with some value for the quaddie there, Mike. Now, the $100 hot seat. We did start this. It's come a long way. Everyone's doing the $100 now, Mike, but we need to do it. Let's get the strategy down for spring. We're obviously up for the year, so let's get the punters home at the end of the day. $100. How are we going to play? There's some confidence here in the last.
Yeah, there is a bit of confidence. We like these 3 bets, and geez, there are some $100 betting strategies out there these days. Maybe we should change it to 200 and see what happens next. 464 for the year, 800 profit at some stage during the year. But we're down a little bit, so we need to come back. $10 on Farrellitos early in the day. He's definitely a Randwick type coming away from Rose Hill, so watch him smash the line. Le Romain, he's in a 2-horse race and he's 370. We love him. And Murakeb, $8, $50. He could be an each-way play, but I'm just going all in for the win at $8.
Love it, mate. Love the confidence. Spreading the bets there around the big meeting at Royal Randwick on Saturday. Have a good look at the raceguide.com.au for all your profiling needs this weekend. And more than merry, have a good day on the punt and we'll see you out there on Saturday.
See you out there.